Thumbs up. Okay. Oh, there you are, Tara. I see you now.
Oh, she was here the whole time. She was here before I was
here. Okay, so we'll get started. And then if anyone hops on after Monique and Jen can just send the recording out to you guys. So hi, everyone. I just wanted to welcome you and thank you so much for jumping on tonight to learn about our online businesses. And whether it's for you or not, we really appreciate the support and feedback. My name is Amanda, and Jen and myself and Monique are your hosts tonight. And I get that it can be a little weird jumping on a video call, so thank you for being here. I know we all really appreciate it because it's definitely scary putting yourself out there. If I'm looking down a little bit, it's just because I'm reading off and following some notes so we stay on track. So tonight we're going to share about our nutrition business with Juice Plus that focuses on helping people get more fruits and vegetables into their diet, because who doesn't need more of that, right? Our friend Michelle made this awesome video that explains it really well. So instead of me trying to explain it, because I would just babble, we're going to be students for a few minutes and watch this video. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. And then I'll play the video for you guys. Can you guys see it okay?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm Michelle Rogers, retired high school science teacher and national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. And today I'm here to answer the question, what is Juice Plus? Very simply, Juice Plus is 28 fruits and vegetables that have been encapsulated or put into chewable form. It's important to understand the processing of our fruits and vegetables because this is what really sets the quality apart. Juice Plus fruits and vegetables are grown on mid-sized family farms that we have a close relationship with. They are allowed to vine ripen completely. They are then put into a giant grinder with its peels and all, and out of that grinder becomes a fruit, vegetable, and berry slurry. That slurry is dehydrated at very low temperatures, keeping the fruits and vegetables live and raw. The dehydrated powdered fruits and vegetables are then put into a capsule or chewable form. After this, we have an NSF certification. NSF is a third-party organization that comes into our warehouse unannounced anytime they please. They take our product and test it. This certification that we've held for the over 25 years we've been on the market tells the consumer that this product has never been tested to contain anything that's not on the label. What that means is this product is pure raw whole fruits and vegetables. No pesticides, herbicides, chemicals, molds, heavy metals, or contaminants of any kind have ever been found in this product, meaning that this product is safe for pregnant and nursing mamas, babies, elderly, and everyone in between. The reason that Juice Plus is so powerful is that our fruits and vegetables are vine ripened. This is important because 48 hours prior to falling off the plant is when almost all of the nutrition enters the fruit or vegetable. It really sets Juice Plus fruits and vegetables apart comparatively to the grocery store because grocery store fruits and veg are picked up to 2 weeks early. The other thing that makes Juice Plus so powerful is the variety. Pictured here are about 20 different raw fruits and vegetables. Juice Plus has 28. You can imagine this amount of synergy working in your bloodstream together every single day. Food synergy is a newer area of research, and basically what they're finding is that 1 + 1 = 3 when it comes to fruits and vegetables. What that means is if you eat a tomato at the same time as you eat a piece of broccoli, you will get more nutrition from each because they were eaten simultaneously. So when you have 30 different fruits and vegetables working in synergy together, magic happens in the body. The last thing that makes Juice Plus so powerful is that it is the whole fruit or vegetable. This is really important when considering something like an orange because 80% of its vitamin C is found in the peel, and most people are not eating the peel. Alongside our Juice Plus capsules or chewables, we have a wonderful program called Healthy Starts for Families. This program allows children to get their Juice Plus for free for 4 years when an adult orders. Children can take either the capsules or the chewables, and in exchange for this free product, we collect some data. This data is then compiled to show the effects that people are noticing while they're taking their Juice Plus. One of the most important things that I love pointing out on this slide is that 61% of people eating Juice Plus were actually eating more of the real thing. It's really important to know that Juice Plus is not a replacement for the real thing. It actually just bridges the gap between what we should be eating, which is 9 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables every single day, and what we actually are eating, which in my case is more like 4 servings of fruits and vegetables a day on a good day, even though I would count us as good eaters. So I love the fact that this product is actually catalyzing people to crave more real fruits and vegetables, because that's what it's all about. Another thing that we're very proud of with our Juice Plus product is that it is the most thoroughly researched nutritional product in the entire world. We have over 35 published clinical research studies that are peer-reviewed, gold standard, and double-blind placebo tested. What that means is neither the researcher nor the participants know who's taking the sugar pill and who's taking Juice Plus. They then analyze the blood work, and what they have found is that Juice Plus is bioavailable. This means that the body recognizes it and uses it just like real fruits and vegetables. They've also been proven to reduce inflammation, improve DNA health, improve cardiovascular health, reduce obesity, reduce oxidative stress, improve lung health, and improve skin and gum health. Outside of our Juice Plus trio, the fruits, vegetables, and berries, we have a newer product called our Juice Plus Omega. This is a plant-based vegan omega product where we have skipped the middle fish and gone directly to where the fish are getting their omegas to begin with, which is the algae. Alongside the algae, we add things like pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, sea buckthorn berry oil, giving us a broad spectrum of omega. You'll find omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 in this product. This is a really important product. Most humans are plant fat deficient. Omegas have been proven to lead to better eye, brain, mental, skin, and heart health. So it's really important to be getting omega, and we love that we have a plant-based omega to offer. Together with the trio, this is our quad pack. This is our premium package of capsules. Outside of our capsule line, we have a complete protein powder in either Dutch chocolate or French vanilla. This is a whole food shake mix. It's completely plant-based, vegan, gluten-free, high fiber, making it very low glycemic index, and non-GMO. These shakes can be used pre or post-workout. They can be used as a meal replacement, and they make a great breakfast for kids. In the complete protein powder, you will find 14 different fruits and vegetables outside of what you will find in the Juice Plus capsules. In addition to the powder, we have a complete protein bar, which is a great healthy snack to have in your purse or your car. Lastly, we have our beautiful tower garden. This is a vertical aeroponic growing system. In the basin of this tower is an earth, mineral, tonic, and water mix. This is dirtless gardening. That tonic is pumped up the column and drizzled down over the roots. And on the tower, you can grow any fruit or vegetable that is not root-bearing fruit or vegetable. So lettuces, tomatoes, pumpkins, you name it. Here's an image of a tower garden really producing. And here is a close-up of some of the harvest that you can expect off your tower garden. So that is our very narrow product line. We don't have a lot of products, but those that we do to the highest quality, and then we research. So now that you've taken a look at our products, you might be ready to give something a try. There are 2 options. You can pay full price, or you can get a discount. I always like to share our beautiful business opportunity because it is such a minimal risk. $50 once per year will give you a discount on your product. There's no monthly minimum quota, no product stocking, and this will allow you to easily manage your own orders. It's very common for people who signed up for a discount to end up covering the cost of their product and even create a secondary stream of income by sharing with the people that they care about. For those who are interested in building a solid business, we have a simple system that has helped hundreds of people earn an extra $500 per month or even a full-time income for those who wish to work from home permanently. Not to mention the wonderful community that we have in our team. A whole bunch of people who have gathered together that love helping others. We have personal development retreats in the mountains, and we're all about positivity and lifting each other up. Look, we know that there's so many of these opportunities out there that are promising freedom and money and time, so we understand any hesitations you might have. But what if this business is right for you or someone you know? There's nothing at risk and so much to gain. Thanks for taking a look at what we have to offer.
All right. So what kind of stood out to me most in that video was the fact that there was like such a variety of fruits and vegetables in Juice Plus, and more importantly, like the kids eat free. So they get, I don't know about your kids, but my kids are not eating the amount of fruits and vegetables that are offered in these products, not even if I tried to force it down their throats. So it's pretty cool that they get it for free, that kind of variety. So these are what I take for the capsules, which is the fruit, vegetables, and berries. I also take the omegas, but she kind of went over what was in the omegas, so I won't go into that one in more detail. So the fruits have things such as, I'm going to kind of read off the ingredients so that you can kind of think about how often you eat these fruits, vegetables, and berries. So apple, papaya, orange, cranberry, pineapple, cherry, peach. In the vegetables, carrot, beet, broccoli, spinach, garlic, parsley, kale, cabbage, tomato. And then in the berries is raspberry, cranberry, blackberry, artichoke, bilberry, pomegranate, elderberry, cocoa, blueberry, Concord grape, and black currant. So kind of what stands out to me is like, I don't even know if we could get bilberries in Canada or or elderberry. I'd never even really heard of them before I started taking Juice Plus. And all of those cost like less than what you would pay for a non-organic little case of raspberries that you buy from the store that are probably rotten by the time you have to eat them faster before they go rotten. So, and the kids get the chews for free with an adult order, which is super cool. And then the shakes, so they have chocolate and vanilla. And like Michelle was saying in the video, they have 14 different fruits and vegetables than what is already in the capsules. So some of the things are like broccoli sprout, alfalfa sprout, radish sprout, amaranth, millet, quinoa, pumpkin, pomegranate. Yeah, so really cool that these can be like a healthy. What I love most about them, honestly, is that I'm not really the type of person that loves mornings. So I would rather sleep than try and have breakfast in the morning. And I'm more of a like 10 o'clock a.m. when I'm fully woken up, and I teach at 8. That these are like a simple breakfast to have on the go, which is really awesome as a mom. And then I know that they show the Tower Garden on the video, but I'll just show you because I'm really proud of this garden compared to my one outside that is like not thriving whatsoever. But this one runs year round, and I've got lettuce, basil, rosemary, thyme all growing on there, which is super sweet compared to the gardens that we've got going outside with all this rain that we're getting. Yeah, so I'm going to let Monique share her product story with you.
So I started teaching 2004, and I started having my kids in 2007. And my son was born with a heart condition. Actually, Amanda's daughter was born with the same one. And so we were, every month, we were either at the pediatrician or the cardiologist or our regular doctor. And between that and then when I went back to work and was on done mat leave and went back to work, and we were still doing all those monthly visits, plus I was working at a school, like he was just incessantly sick. And it didn't have anything to do with his heart condition, just more that we were in every possible germ factory there is: hospitals, doctors' offices, day homes, and a school. Like there was just no avoiding it for us. And it was exhausting and terrifying and just awful. I remember I was driving to work at Ochre Park one day in Redwater, and I like just this crazy morning, and I had microwaved this terrible breakfast for my kid and like shoved it in the car seat for him, and was driving, and I'm like, I hope he doesn't choke back there, and and then he pukes in the car on the way to the day home. And then I get to school and I'm super late, and my principal's standing at the door, literally pointing at her watch. And I was like, there's got to be more to life than this. So that was like a big eye opener for me, that like, okay, everything I'm doing, I'm bringing home to my kids. So that really got me like thinking about it and what I was going to do. And I had no answers for years. We ate healthy. I cooked healthy. I gave my kid everything in terms of fruits and vegetables, but it just was never enough. I tried the emergency and all those other things. My mom was always hassling me about taking vitamins, but I would talk to my doctor about it, and he's like, well, you know, if you're just taking vitamin C, you're basically flushing your vitamins down the toilet. Like, don't waste your money, because if you don't take vitamin C with calcium and enough of this other vitamin, then your body doesn't absorb it. And if you are taking the calcium, you need the magnesium to absorb that. And I was like, I need to be a freaking pharmacist to take these vitamins, and I'm buying all this stuff off the shelf, and it's costing me a fortune, and I can see it in the toilet when I go pee. It's like fluorescent colored. This isn't working. So I kind of gave up. And then when I had my daughter, it was the same thing. I went on mat leave, and then I went back to work, and she got sick every time there was a field trip, every time I had parent teacher interviews, every time it was like I could not call in a sub. You know, I had a presentation or something, and it wasn't just like I could just miss work that day. And it was always super frustrating. And so finally, when I switched to grade 1, I was teaching a lot closer to Jen in this school. And she had told me about Juice Plus before. And I was like, there's no way I can afford that right now. Like, I just came off mat leave, and I'm switching to a new grade. I have to basically supply everything in my new classroom. And I just didn't see how I was going to do it. And then a couple of our other teachers at school joined Jen. And all of a sudden I started to see Jen's quality of life was better. And the other teachers that started taking Juice Plus with her, like, they weren't sick, they weren't as stressed out, they were well rested, their skin was looking better, and they weren't like snot rags like the rest of us. And I was like, okay, like, now I'm the odd man out here. Like, we were a little sick club before with all of our screaming babies and sick, and now you guys are fine and I'm not. So like, okay, like, I very begrudgingly was like, okay, I'll try it, whatever. What's the least amount of money I can spend on this? And Jen's like, okay, here you go. She was so gentle. She gave me these, and then I got these, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I mean, at the same time, I was also, I'm super organized. So I was like meal planning, grocery shopping. Like, I'd taken up running, everybody's favorite, because my girlfriend was like, listen, if you want to be skinny and healthy, just shut up. It's free and cheap. Go out your front door and put some running shoes on. And so here I was killing myself. I'm trying to run and do all these good things for my family. And it just was never quite enough. I never quite got enough weight loss. Nobody ever quite was healthy enough to do the things we wanted to do. And no matter how organized and meal planned I was, it still kept happening. So I started on the Juice Plus, and you know, at first it's not a miracle pill. It's not an overnight thing. It's not like you take it and you're like, oh, I feel amazing. It's an overtime thing. So at first I started noticing that I was sleeping better, which was nice. And the kids had more energy, which was a blessing and a curse. I definitely noticed that. And then I noticed that my kids were eating better foods more easily. So that was kind of interesting. And then for myself, I noticed when I was getting sick, it wasn't lasting as long, and it wasn't as severe. And then we've been taking it since I started teaching grade 1. So that was like, Juliet was in preschool and she's going into grade 4. So it's like 5 or 6 years now. And I used to get, every time I would get a cold, I would get a sinus infection just because of the way my bone structure is. And then I would have to go on antibiotics, and then I would get a whole bunch of complications from the antibiotics, like everybody's favorite, the yeast infection. Yay! It's like awful. And then I would have to take medication for that. It was just like this endless cycle, and it would happen 3 or 4 times a year. And then all of a sudden, when I would get a cold with Juice Plus, it didn't turn into a sinus infection. that was like that. When that happened, I was like, whoa. And then I was like, okay, maybe I just got lucky this year. And then the next year also didn't happen again. And then the next year and the next year, I have not had a sinus infection in 3 years, which also means no yeast infections either. And yeah, and then I noticed that my kids hadn't been to the doctor. I actually had to schedule a checkup for them because I was like, oh my gosh, it's been like 2 years and they haven't been to the doctor. And their eyesight's great, their teeth is great, which is hugely important because we moved out to an acreage and we don't have city water. So there's no like fluoride or any of the additives in our water. And so they're still maintaining their health despite that. And Jackson has clean bills of health from all his cardiologists and everybody. And we don't have to go back now for like 5 years. So that's amazing. And yeah, we just shopped. It just all stopped. I went through my cupboard and I like threw out all this old like sinus medication and like all this stuff. And I started adding it up because we used to spend between my husband's daily ibuprofen and like monthly sinus, like daytime sinus, Advil, cold and sinus, that kind of stuff. We were spending like probably close to $200 a month on like over the counter meds for everything. And now I maybe still, I don't spend quite that much on Juice Plus, but like for 4 years, all we took was this. So it was like $60 a month. And then now we take the extra stuff. But my husband didn't really get on board with Juice Plus for the first like 3 or 4 years. He kind of took it sporadically or whatever. He was like, yeah, good for you guys. Good for you guys. I'm fine. But this past year, he's really, really taken an interest in it and given it a real go. So within the last year of taking this one, he has noticed the anti-inflammatory benefits have been huge because he struggles with early arthritis. He's a carpenter and he does hard labor all day by himself. And so he comes home from work and he's just exhausted, but he runs his own business. So if he takes a sick day, there's no money there. So he started noticing that between taking these, he just feels so much better physically in his body. And then for these, because he has IBS, he has no more IBS. Mm-hmm. Until he stops taking them. And we went on vacation and we just went camping for the weekend and we ran out for a week this summer and he didn't have any. And he was like, we need to get more. When is it coming? Because his tummy was so upset because the regular like fiber and I think just everything, all the nutrients in there, you know, it builds up in his system and it helps. So he's like a changed man now. He is totally crazy. He tells all his guys that he runs into in the trades about Juice Plus, and they all think he's a little bit of a yogi. But and all of that means I also get to be part of an amazing community. So I get to hang out with Jen and Amanda all the time, which is a benefit. And then they've introduced me to tons of ladies who are just super inspirational all the time, and they're always sharing great tips and wisdom that just help me with life in general. So just for example, one of the things that they shared with me, this is not going to show, but I'll maybe try to figure out a way to post it. But one thing somebody posted was 9 types of rest, and it listed all the different ways that you can rest. Number 2 is my favorite, and it's permission to not be helpful. And you know, they're always just sharing little tidbits about that. And I'm like, you know what, that's true. Like when I'm feeling exhausted and I'm, you know, scrolling through or checking my emails and I get a little note that says, just remember, it helps you to rest if you just take a night and don't help anyone else. Just rest. And I was like, oh, it's so simple. Yet, you know, when you get little tidbits from the community like that, it's super helpful. And on a side note, I thought I'd just share my other 3 favorite things that keep me going. This is a grocery list. You can buy it from Chapters. And it's like, you just check everything off. Saves my life. And I plan all of our meals with this, also available at Chapters. And I write down what we're eating. And then when you're in school, you can like plan your breakfasts and lunches. And I just like make little notes on them. And then at the same time, I make my grocery list. And then I make everything from this cookbook. It's amazing. My kids love everything in this cookbook. And they just came out with a new one. Also delicious. So that kind of helps me get through the school year between these three things. Oh yeah, this is the to-do list one. And then, anyway.
I totally use those lists too. I love it. And that cookbook is so delicious. The Yum and Yummer.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. So between that and running and the Juice Plus community that like is just so helpful and lovely and a positive ray of sunshine. And there's more people than you would think in it, is amazing. And all of that together gives me kind of the balance that keeps me going on the days that I think, like, why the hell do I do what I do? Because being a mom and being a teacher sounds like awesome. And it
Sounds
is.
like the perfect duo, yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes it will kill you.
Yeah.
Or, so because it can just take you down because it's a lot. It's just a lot all the time. Yeah. So not having to worry about the sick days is awesome.
Yeah, it's priceless. Thank you so much for sharing, Monique, and your awesome little tips on the side. That's sweet. Next, I will get Amanda to share her product story. Oh, we need to unmute you.
Okay. I have mine written down, so I'm going to read it off. Okay.
Faster than me.
So I'm a mom of two girls who seem to have more of a social life than I do. Sometimes I feel like I'm turning into a taxi driver who doesn't get paid. I also run a day home out of my house, so I'm very busy. And I was feeling like my energy was lacking and I was tired all the time. I was so cranky and I was eating horrible and I wasn't taking care of myself. So when I was introduced to this product, it did not take a lot of convincing. It was convenient and it was simple. Like Monique said, the biggest thing was our immune systems, especially with all the snotty noses and poopy bums running around my house. We were getting sick all the time. You know how on Facebook you can look back at your memories, and I laugh every time because I look back, it always says that we were sick, and now that's not the case. My oldest daughter as well had a very poor immune system due to her heart condition. Although she's considered a healthy child now, every time she got a cold, without a doubt would end up in the hospital with pneumonia. And since taking Juice Plus, the colds have been pretty minor. She's no longer in the hospital, and if we even get a cold, it only lasts a day or two, and it's like I said, pretty minor. For myself, 2 p.m. would be my hit the wall point of the day where I would feel like I needed a nap. And I can honestly say I haven't felt that in a long time. My whole family sleeps better and we have more energy. I also have so many compliments on my skin, how clear it looks. As a woman in my, now I can officially say late 30s, I've had consistent breakouts. So this product has helped me so much and boosted my confidence considerably. I also love that it's not just about taking the capsules. You get the customer care page, loads of recipes, daily activity challenges, and we do monthly shreds. So it gets me off the couch and it's the whole package. So that's my product story. Thanks, Jen.
All right, and I will briefly share my product story. So when I started at Morinville Public School, I was previously a junior high teacher, and I was coming off of mat leave to teaching elementary, which started as a 5-6 split. And then if any of you are teachers, you would know that it doesn't always just stay that way. So it also became grade 2. And I went from never taking a sick day before kids to using up all 5 of my family sick days from October to December and being like, okay, now what am I going to do? I'm going to have to use my sick days and just play it off as if I'm sick when it's really my kid that is sick for the gazillionth time. And being in a day home, they don't always take the kids when they're sick. So I always had to take those days off and then trying to make sub plans the night before. So finally, like my friend had been sharing with me about Juice Plus while I was on mat leave. So well before I'd gotten that position, it was definitely a good excuse to say I was on mat leave and couldn't afford it. Honestly, I just looked at the product and was like, I live on a farm. We eat fruits and vegetables the real way. Like, we're healthy. Like, I'd recently lost a bunch of weight. I was totally fine. Didn't need this kind of product. Then seeing their posts about them going out and going to like those indoor park germ fested places and never getting sick. And yet here, me working with elementary kids and my son in a day home, we were getting sick all the time. And we were just passing it back and forth to each other. So finally, I decided to give these ones a try because it was like my bare minimum to get the kids get free. And honestly, right away, and like my whole plan was, because these have 100% guarantee, so you can order them for 4 months, give it a try for 4 months, and then if you're not satisfied, send it back and get your money back for just trying it. And my plan was just to try it and be like, it doesn't work for me. I'm just going to send it back. And honestly, the first thing that I noticed was that I had like my energy back, like from working a full day teaching and then coming home, getting supper ready, hanging out with my son for a bit, putting him to bed. And I was like wiped by 7 o'clock. By the time he was in bed, I'd maybe be up for half an hour and be falling asleep to the TV beside my husband. So the fact that I could actually function till like 9, 10 o'clock or past that was like priceless to me, that I could have that time with my son and not be exhausted, and that time with my husband and not be exhausted. That was priceless to me. So that's actually when I did get started up on the business, which I'll share a little bit later. But more like, we also noticed our immune system was better. We weren't getting sick. When things were passed around at school or at the day home, me and Noah wouldn't get it. And at first I was like, that's a coincidence, but then it was happening over and over and over again. And I mean, it's not a magic pill. You're still going to get sick. It just definitely, I noticed that when I did get sick, it didn't last as long. If I got a cold, it wasn't lasting a month and a half. It was lasting like a week, which was priceless. And honestly, I felt like I was craving more fruits and vegetables than I normally do. And I thought I was like totally making it up in my head. And then I noticed that like my 1-year-old was starting to, at the time, 1-year-old was starting to eat more fruits and vegetables at supper time rather than saying no all the time. So I was like, okay, well, maybe this is a thing that we're both craving it more, which was really cool. I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to let Amanda share a little bit more about the business. And yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. So we want to wrap up the call by talking about the business, because at the end of the video, I touched on it. And there's a lot of inaccurate information on the internet. So we want to make sure you guys feel confident about what we're doing and that we're not involved in some crazy pyramid scheme or something crazy like that. I honestly get if you have hesitation, because this is different than traditional businesses, but that's a good thing, not only because of the flexibility, but also because normally in a company, you can only have one person at the top. And in this structure, there's actually unlimited room at the top, and how far you get is dependent on how many people you help. And when you do get promotions and reach a level, you don't ever lose it, which is really valuable. If you have a month where life hits you sideways, which happens, I also love learning that for those in leadership positions, there's a full medical benefits package, a Christmas bonus, tuition reimbursement, and a business expense account. So you know that it's definitely a legit company, whether someone wants to earn $100 a month or a full-time income. So now I'm going to turn it over back to Jen and let her share why she joined the business and what she loves about it.
All right. So like I said, when I noticed like that huge amount of energy and I was thinking this is priceless, I originally got it for my son. And because he got it for free, I got started, and noticing that huge amount of energy was priceless to me, that I figured I've got to share this with other people. If it's more than just the immune system and that other people can benefit in other ways, that's pretty selfish. I'm like the type of person that if I love something at Costco, I'm going to share with everybody. So this to me wasn't any different. So it honestly just started as something like I'm going to share with those people that are close to me. And if they get started, great. If not, whatever, that's cool too. Like I'm getting a discount on my product just by signing up. I really loved how like when you get to a certain level, you get to keep that level regardless. There's no monthly minimums like some other companies. So there was no pressure that if I was having an insane month, like report cards or parent-teacher interviews coming up, there was no pressure that I had to work my business to keep a certain level, which was really cool. So when I started, my goal was just to kind of cover my own product, because getting your product for free is always cool. And then it's just kind of organically become something bigger. And now I just have bigger dreams that, you know, it's expensive to go traveling with a family of 4. And if this business could cover that, to be able to do that every year, to go on a family trip, like sweet, like that would be awesome. And it just means like the more people that I get started on the product means that it's the more people that I'm helping. That's what it's really become for me. So I mean, if my friend would have never shared as much as she did with me, nothing would have changed for me. I still would have been living like a crazy life with 2 kids getting sick all the time. If I never would have started sharing, Monique wouldn't be on the product right now. So it's just kind of become one of those things where I share because it's made an impact on us, and it'd be selfish not to. So I will now turn it over to Amanda to share her business story.
Thank you. So same thing as Jen. To be honest, I joined the business because I wanted to get a discount on my product. But after some amazing coaching, I decided to give it a go and see where it took me. I have to say I was completely shocked at how quickly things took off, and I was only working in the spare moments of my day. When my day home kids were sleeping, I'd take, a 20 or 30 minute Juice Plus break to build my business. I've gotten a few promotions in my first year in this business. I covered my product in no time and was able to put some money away in savings. My husband and I paid off our car this year with the Juice Plus paycheck, and it was really fulfilling to have that extra money that we didn't have to take from our paycheck. We just had the extra that we could put on and pay that car off. My family took a couple trips this year with the help of my business, and I attended my first Juice Plus conference in Sacramento, which was super fun and amazing. But the biggest thing that I can take away from this business is the personal growth that I've experienced in such a short time. The people I get to work with every day, like this is work for us, just sitting on a call and chatting. I have met some amazing people who I haven't even actually met face to face, and we're just like friends on Facebook. Everyone is super amazing. I've never experienced such a positive group of people to have cheer me on. It makes you want to go for your promotions. There's a big conference, our very first Juice Plus Canada conference in Calgary in October, and the momentum that everybody is having right now and that everybody's cheering each other on is it's crazy. It gives me goosebumps talking about it, how exciting it is, and to see all these people crush their goals and walk across the stage. So it seriously has changed my whole life, and probably one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Thanks.
Yay, thanks for sharing, Amanda. So then I'll get Monique just to wrap us up, and that'll be it. Maybe.
Did we lose her?
No, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's a little spotty.
Mm-hmm.
I do Juice Plus because it's better for my family and because Jen told me I should, and it was the best decision I ever made. And then Amanda saw me take it for years and ignored me and didn't care. And then somebody else told her, hey, you should try this, and she was like, I think my friend does that, and my dad's girlfriend does that, and I don't know, I guess I'll give it a try. And then look where it's taken her. So for me, the business is not so much as a business as it's completely selfish. I want everybody around me to take it, because when I'm not sick and I want to hang out with my friends, I don't want them to be sick, because that's what was starting to happen in my life. I was calling people and they're like, oh, I can't, my kids are sick. Oh, can't see my niece and nephew because they're sick. And no, I'm not feeling good. I got to take a nap. And I'm like, but like, I want to do things. And I want my team, because at our school, we have been a huge team of teachers, and I work super close with like 6 other teachers. And let me tell you, there have been days when all 5 of them are sick and I'm the only one with a hallway full of substitutes, and that sucks. So I kind of started to pursue a little bit of the business side just because I wanted to be able to share it with everybody around me. And so with the discount membership, I was getting a discount on my product, but I was also able to set up in like 3 seconds, activate a little website that tells all about the product, has all the product pricing, and people can like order it right online. They don't even have to contact me at all. So that for me was a great way for me to share it. So I got a discount on my product. I got this little website, and when people say, oh my God, how is it that you're not sick? And our kids played together all weekend, and your daughter slept over at my house, and now my kid's super sick and your kid's not. How is that possible? I can just send them the link to this website. And then if it's something that works for them, then it works for them. So I just thank you, everybody, for coming to listen to our stories. And we truly only share it because it's had such an amazing impact on our families, and it feels really selfish not to share that. But it's always a little bit scary for us because we don't want to sound hippy dippy or weird, because we're otherwise pretty professional, upstanding, highly educated ladies. So, you know, it's hard to put yourself out there. So we appreciate you took the time to join us. And after one of these calls, you have 3 choices, really. You can do nothing, just totally fine. We will continue to love you as we have always loved you. Or you can try out the product and just get started and see how you feel. And then 3, if you are interested in joining the Juice Plus community, then you can link up with one of us, and we can share that with you, and you can kind of get started on that kind of business path. So it's up to you what you want to do, but we just so much appreciate you listening to us rant and rave about our favorite.
And if you have any questions, feel free to do so. Amanda can stop the recording and then we could just kind of chat after, or if you need to go, that's cool too.